Richard Kiely, who is now 1-0 as a professional. How does that sound, Richard?
When is 2-0? When's the second one? I need more.
I know I'm on record as in your interviews, Jerry, as calling out Paul Daly, Lawrence Larkin and Michael Page. But if you go back to my very first fight in the Tree Arena after I stopped Keith McCabe, have a listen to the post-fight interview. Who do I call out?
Michael Venom Page, Paul Daly!
My very, very first fight, that's who I called out. People laughed then, and now I am 4 fights in. They're laughing out the other side of their mouth now. They said I couldn't get the fight then, they were laughing. Now I'm after getting the fight, they say I can't win the fight, they're laughing. What are they going to say when I knock him out? Have I got a plan coming up to the 27th of September? I've had a plan since I started in MMA. Since I made a debut 3 years ago now, I've had a plan. Everybody else laughed at it everyone else laughed at it when I came out and said I was the face of Bamma when I came out with my plan. I announced myself on a world stage in the Tree Arena. I made my debut with a world-class knockout. Everyone talks about Venom Page's knee. Have a look at my knee that I made my debut to. You know, then. You know, people laugh when I call myself the face of Bamma. In my third fight, I went for a world title. Who else has done that? Nobody else has done that. In my fifth fight, I'm only 4 fights into my career. My fifth fight, I'm fighting one of the biggest names in global MMA, who has almost 4 times the amount of fights I have. You know, I can't be accused of being afraid anyway, or not being confident. And just watch. You know, I'm not gonna start trying to convince people. You know, that, what's going to happen on September 27th. The doubters are always going to be doubters until they're proved wrong. And what I have proved, you know, beyond a shadow of a doubt, is that I prove people wrong. So, and September 27th is going to be no different. You know, and even he knows it now. Like I said, he's gone very, very quiet on social media. So, you know, he's starting to doubt himself. The doubt's creeping in now.
Legitimate one-shot knockout power. You've already seen what happens when he gets hit on the chin. He goes out. He got hit with an arm punch by a static, slow Lima. So when I land on him, he's going out cold. And you can laugh all you want, but the evidence is there. You went out with a little chin punch already, so you can laugh all you want.
My analysis of the press conference, I didn't really analyse it. I don't analyse these things. I go out and I'm natural. I'm not like Michael Venom Page and puts on this front, pretending he's pretending he's reading his text messages, this fake laughing. I don't analyse it. I am who I am. It's clear he was agitated. It was clear that he was nervous. That's all insecurity, hiding behind your phone, all that kind of crap. So I don't take anything from it. What I do take from it is that he's worried. I'm in his head. This is my part-time job. I've nothing to lose out of this. I knock this guy out. You know, I'm one of the biggest names in MMA. You know, I lose. Everyone's expecting. Like, if he doesn't blast me out in 30 seconds, that's a loss for him. What's he going to do then? You know, goes 3 rounds. Goes 3 rounds with a 3-1 fighter. What's he going to do then? But realistically, he needs to ask himself, what's going to happen when he gets a couple of inches taken off his chin by a 3-1 fighter? You know, the fella he called out. He asked for this fight. And you know, there's a lot of people going to be laughing on the other side of the mouth. I see what's said online. I see what people say. I'm not blind to it. You know, so I'm going to be going around very, very smug, starting on September the 28th. You know. Yeah, both gyms are my home. You know, I don't have, you know, one's my home gym, both gyms are my home, and both gyms have the same caliber. The same standards. Everyone holds each other to the same standard, to a high standard. And if you don't meet that standard, you get found out very, very quickly. And I don't mean that in a negative way. There's no bullies. It's a very welcoming gym. But you need to raise your game, particularly if you're on the pro team. If you're fighting you're looking for these elite fights, these top level fights. You know, we have the opponents, we have the teammates there that will make you raise your game. So. The Monster absolutely is a fantastic gym. SBG Tallaght is a fantastic gym, you know. And what both gyms are doing is raising the game of Irish MMA across across the board. Like all the SPGs, you know, the SPGs are held to, you know, there's a standard, and you need to meet that standard, you know, and you know, we have the gyms that we as competitors and fighters deserve. You know, we want to be world-class athletes, we need world-class facilities, and you know, we have one right here in Tallaght, we have one right down in Shakur. Did you see the picture I put up last time of London shoe fighters? They look like the ugliest boy band in the world. Deeply, deeply unpleasant looking individuals. And I suppose, you know, it's a sorry state of affairs that the fact that they're that ugly, and yes, he still has to stand at the back. But look, comparing the two gyms, I'm fighting with world champions, UFC guys, top level lads. He has to bring in geriatric retired rugby players as his sparring partner, so you know, I don't think there's any comparison. You know, this realistically, from a purist point of view, from an objective spectator's point of view, this is a mouth-watering fight. These are two world-class athletes, two world-class strikers going up against each other. And if I wasn't fighting in it, I'd be sitting in the crowd watching it. Because that's how good it is. And it might be a very quick one, you know, and like I said, it's whoever makes the first mistake is likely to go out on a shield.
Introducing you first, standing in the blue corner, he weighed in officially at 170.4 pounds, making his professional debut from Dublin, Ireland, Richard Kiely.
One thing I've heard a lot of is people saying that this is a Rocky story, and you know, it's a real nice, I suppose it's a nice analogy, but you know, this isn't really a Rocky story for me. This is an Irish story, it's a Dublin story, it's a Tallaght story. You know, a lot of people thinking that, you know, I'm 3-1, and I just turned up in this MMA game 3 years ago, and that was the start of my combat career. That's not the case at all. I'm doing this a long time. I'm doing it as a hobby a long time. But what I do know is that I'm a world class, you know, and he's world class. These are the fights that we should be in. I'm in a very fortunate. There's people that have had, you know, 20 fights that haven't got themselves in this position. So I realise how fortunate I am. I'm not going to let this opportunity pass. You know, I'm going to, you know, whereas I'm grateful to Michael Venom Page through no altruism of his that he gave me this fight. You know, he did this because he's a bully. But I'm still grateful that I have this fight, because I'm going to take a spot. I am the face of Bellator. You know, there's no reason why after I knock out Michael Page, that after 2 fights I did it with Bamma and I went for a world title. There's no reason after 2 fights in Bellator that I don't go for a world title too. You know, this is the stuff dreams are made of.